Alright, welcome to this episode of my playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn. We've uncovered a plot to do something really bad at Meridian. We're not entirely sure what, but it involves a lot of blaze, so I'm guessing it involves a lot of explosions. By a guy named Dervahl, who's the guy who captured Ursa. So we took a little bit of a sidetrack to save Pitchcliff, which is where we are right now, from another one of Dervahl's plots. And now we're on our way back to Meridian to save Meridian from Dervahl. This guy's keeping us busy. Off to work. Well, first thing I want to do is visit the merchant.
So the Nora make clothes like that out of machine components.
So let's sell what we can. The usual stuff. Alright, so off to Meridian. Yeah, the title of this quest is The Sun Shall Fall, which is in no way ominous. So we're supposed to meet with Avad and tell him about this.
Expect to cause you trouble.
The lineup of nobles is gone. I wonder if that's because it's nighttime or just because they went away between when I was here last and now. Interesting that his little mesa throne here is not where he is.
I've sent a messenger to the claim to let everyone know.
If there's anything you or your clan need for her arrangements, you need but ask.
There'll be time for all of that later.
Aloy. I'm glad you're back. I'm at a loss about Ursa. To learn she lives, then lose that hope, seems cruel.
She wouldn't want us to waste time talking. She'd want us to find Dervahl. She said he raved about smoke darkening the sun. Tell him what you found in his papers.
A letter. It mentioned a shipment of blaze being sent to a warehouse here. Only, it wasn't addressed to Dervahl. The name was Erend Forgeman. Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar. Yes, a landlord. The ESRB have been buying up buildings across the city, including one under that name. Let me think. It's by the edge of the mesa, near the temple. Used to be a shop, but it could serve as a warehouse. If Dervahl used the name as an alias to buy it, he might even be there now.
I'll round up my men.
I'll meet you there.
Erend, wait. Remember that no one hates Dervahl more than your own tribe. The clans would give up much to obtain him.
Take him alive? So you can haggle over him? You can't be serious!
Our security depends on keeping the peace. If the opportunity presents itself, take him alive. Consider that a command. Aloy, a moment. please. When we spoke, Erend didn't wish to dwell on the details of Ursa's death. Understandable, of course. But now that they've been left to my imagination, those details are all I can think about. You were there. Did she suffer?
Huh. Well, there's the compassion. She thought of you, and the observational thinking. Is that what you're really asking? It seems pretty clear to me that Avad's hurting with this news. I don't think interrogating him is really the right course of action, so...
She wasn't worried about her pain. She was worried about her brother. And she was worried about you.
Thank you, Aloy. I suppose I needed to know I was as much on her mind as she is on mine. Find Dervahl and bring him before me. He will answer for his crimes.
It's not what I imagined when I was a boy, but it's decent work, keeping the city safe.
Yeah, Avad and Ursa were definitely an item.
Couldn't imagine living anywhere else.
I managed to almost fully restock on healing items, which is good because I imagine this is going to be a climactic showdown of sorts.
Everyone needs a splash of color in their lives. Come, let's talk it over.
Talana Kanpadish, Sun...
One of these days, I'm going.
Huh, that building. Interesting. Right next to the Hunter's Lodge.
This is the place? You home, Dervahl? I got a surprise for you!
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb? Doesn't look too big.
Big enough to kill us.
All right, I'll shut up.
Examine the bomb.
It's a bomb, all right. Well crafted.
I don't like the blaze dripping from the ceiling there.
Blaze. It must be leaking from something upstairs. If I try to take it apart, a booby trap will set it off.
Let's head upstairs.
If that bomb goes off, the blaze
That's
will
a
ignite
lot
in
of blaze.
firestorm. If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Dervahl promised. Smoke will darken the sun. As the city goes up in flames, there's gotta be a way to stop it. Maybe there's some way I can open this window to get rid of the fuel for the bomb. It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong.
Push the blaze out the window. Do I want to do that? There are buildings down there. That's what it says to do.
Help me push this out.
Okay. Brute force, I'm good at that. What'll it do?
Save the city, I hope. But when the blaze falls, run for it. Because the booby trap on the bomb downstairs is gonna get set off.
Will we survive?
Probably not. Now push.
We did it! Dervahl's best shot, and Meridian's still standing.
This isn't over. Dervahl said he'd make Avad watch.
No way. To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
Get back there, just to be sure. I'm gonna look around. Maybe Dervahl's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
I got it. Don't worry. If he tries for the palace, he's finished.
Boot tracks, with just a bit of blaze in them.
You hear that blast? Are we under attack?
Get to the fire and shut up a bucket line!
I get the feeling this is going to be a lot more complicated than Erend thinks it is.
I've got all the best goods here. But at least she's noble.
Is that from a Thunderjaw? I don't know.
What happened? I haven't heard a blast like that since the liberation.
Let's have a chat. No, a colorful discussion.
Hunter's Lodge? But at least she's noble Carja.
There's smoke
unlike
rising
those
from the edge of the
savages.
mesa.
Are we under attack? I don't like a woman as head of the Hunter's Lodge, but at least she's noble Carja.
That's an interesting lighting shift. That's a heck of a screenshot right there.
The Hunter's Lodge? Never thought I'd see that sunrise.
The tracks lead inside. Another one of Dervahl's hideouts.
Yeah, they want me to go downstairs, so of course, first thing I'm going to do is going to check out over here. Can't go that way, and I can't go upstairs because there's a folding curtain in the way. A folding curtain, my only weakness.
This must be where Dervahl assembled the detonator. He tunneled through the wall.
Follow Dervahl into the palace.
Dervahl did find a way into the palace.
Palace over there, yeah. Well, this is going to be just tons of fun, I can tell.
Wish I could be there to see the sun god on his knees.
Quit carping, you chuff. Someone's gotta guard the rear.
Someone better guard your rear.
That took way more arrows than it should have. So one thing I've learned about this game is that if you don't fully draw back the bow, you're much less accurate. How nice of it to provide me with some Grey Omen, which is a very potent healing item. Not one I need right now.
Look at you, Avad. The wriggling runt of a maniac king. You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you. I'm going to enjoy watching the Karja burn, even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian, Avad. Breathe in the stench, and choke on the ashes. Something's wrong. I didn't hear anything.
There's a bit of smoke rising from the mesa's edge.
No! It should be a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner!
No room.
What's this? Oh. You must be the Nora who bushwhacked my camp.
And disabled your bomb.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna splatter that throne with blood. First yours, then Avad's.
Die, apostate!
I've led an army, killed kestrels and ravagers. Nothing. Why does he always have his ladies do the fighting? This isn't over yet. Can we finish this? I've got a son to kill. It's not over yet, Nora. Any good Oseram tinker will tell you. Always have a third plan.
like fighting these things, because there's more in the way. Ah! Those majestic, murderous glinthawks! Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you. Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you.
Weren't there 3 Glinthawks? Oh yeah, and he did say that there was more coming.
Majestic, murderous Glinthawks! I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more in the way. Ah! Those majestic, murderous Glinthawks! Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you. I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more in the way. Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you. Ah! Those majestic, murderous Glinthawks! I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more in the way.
Yeah, I don't enjoy fighting them.
No space.
But I took all of them out. What do you have to say about that?
As much as I wish Ursa was here to kill you, I don't mind doing it for her.
Go ahead. I'm not afraid. Except that knowing you, Erend, you'll screw it up!
I know what you are afraid of. Going back to Mainspring in chains. Every clan in the claim wants you dead. And they know how to make it hurt. They'll even bid for the privilege.
It's just like you to get someone else to do your killing.
Shut up! You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
Sticking to my armor.
Talk to Avad, talk to Erend, and talk to Dervahl, optional. Well, I like doing all the everything, so yeah, I'm going to start by talking to Dervahl. And yes, I'm aware that that means that this episode will go a little bit long, but I can't just leave it hanging on that point.
Mark my words.
Regret not stopping. We're in the thick of it.
Could you spare a moment to speak of the fine
Like that
things?
for sure. Promise.
The guard under the last king. Far cry from those days.
Come to gloat, Nora. Well, as you can see, busy.
Now let's talk to Avad and Erend.
Should be out there fighting.
A moment of your time, Outlander?
Aloy, I was just thinking about Ursa. She would have killed Dervahl on the spot. I know it. That's why she went out to meet him in the first place, to put him down. But she also told me to grow up. I gotta admit it burned a little when she said that, but I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess growing up means putting what you should do in front of what you want to do. Right?
You're asking me? I'm pretty sure you're older.
Yeah, but I don't act like it, do I?
You did with Dervahl.
Don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for a quiet moment and wring his neck.
Yeah, but you won't. Because you're a good captain.
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me tear up.
So, after all this, what's next for Erend Vanguardsman?
Heading back to the claim for a while. I'll get in touch with my clan and we'll lay Ursa to rest properly. Like how she would have wanted. And by that I mean less chit-chat, more drinking.
What do you think the Oseram will do to Dervahl?
First off, they'll argue about it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that. In fact, I might just drop by his cell under the sun ring to remind him what's coming.
Well...
I know, you gotta go. Killers to track, machines to master, all before breakfast. You know what? When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. And now I see that I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Try not to forget about me while you're out there changing the world.
I'll always have a minute for you. Maybe even two.
Two? Huh. Well, she likes me.
Alright, so Avad, what do you have to say about this?
Aloy, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ursa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you. And I don't want to try. I hope you will consider staying in Meridian.
Were you and Ursa, you know...
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice. She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Carja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun-King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Dervahl. He wanted Ursa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
What exactly will happen to Dervahl?
For now, he'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his expedition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings. What a waste. Dervahl is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
Why do you want me to stay in Meridian?
Well, I would think that would be obvious.
Not to me.
Huh. Well, to start with, you kept the city from going up in flames. You were strong, shrewd, and capable. I could use someone like you at my side.
I think he's trying to say that he's developing a bit of a crush on Aloy. Now, then again, who doesn't? We're not going to choose the fist like you used Ursa. I need to go my own way, or I'm not a substitute. I think this is just a case of he's a bit smitten. I don't think it's genuine attraction. I think he's just impressed and awed and smitten. So, and in this particular case, I think it's a bit of a rebound. So, I'm not a substitute.
It might be worth taking a moment to examine what you just said. You just lost Ursa, a woman who stood at your side and could easily be described as strong, shrewd, and capable. It's pretty clear how you felt about her. And now you're asking me to take her place. Is this a job offer or a proposition?
By the sun, you do indeed share much with Ursa, including a withering eye for foolishness. Please, accept my apologies. Seems I'm getting ahead of myself. I need some time to resolve my feelings. I will be forever grateful to you, Aloy. And in time, I'd like to get to know you better. Shall we leave it at that, then?
It's time for me to go.
Of course. I hope you find what you're after, Aloy. And if need be, I will come to your aid. As sure as the sun's rising.
Completed The Sun Shall Fall. Excellent. Gets me skill points and some a skill point and some experience. Not that I particularly need the experience. Well, oh, there's a trophy there. Saved Meridian from its foe. Yes, I believe I did. Skill points. I've got 1. I need at least 2 to do anything. So for now. I'm going to call it into the episode there. I know it went a bit long, but it is what it is, and you wouldn't forgive me if I left you hanging in the middle of that, would you? So, you know the drill. Click over there, and I will see you next time as we continue on our quest, alright? See you then.